The average.
Hi.
Hi guys, welcome to another.
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There we go. Ba't tayo mag detect ng valorant? Hoy! Detect! There we go. Ang inang Prince Heinrich to, hindi ko makuha. Ang inang ano to. What? Ay, na-play ko na to. Auto-play kasi. Putang ina.
Reload 中 Reload 中 Reload 中 A に敵
あと
私を見ながら死ねるなんてよかったわね。
Never heard this before. What the fuck is this?
I see the crystal raindrops fall, and the beauty of it all is when the sun comes shining through. To make those rainbows in my mind when I think of you sometime, and I want to spend some time with you. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Building castles in the sky. Just the two of us. You and I. We look for love, no time for tears. Wasted water's all that is, and it don't make no flowers grow. Good things might come to those.
Oh fuck, my bad.
We gotta go for all we know. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try.
Just the two of us.
Just the two of us.
What happens?
Building castles in the sky. Just the two of us. You and I.
Oh god.
キャリアダウンあと30秒スパイクを確保するノンキレル休んでる暇はない
I hear the raindrops fall on the window down the hall. It becomes the morning dew. And darling, when the morning comes and I see the morning sun, I wanna be the one with you. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Building big castles we don't hide. Just the two of us. You and I.
Fuck off. I missed every shot.
キャリアダウン最後の一人だ 残り1名
うまくいくまで努力するんだ。価値を示す。
力を合わせて
The fuck is this?
スパイク確保。
When the night
Let's come.
リロード中。
and the land is dark and the moon
逃げられないぞ。
Malas mo naman.
be afraid.
やりどこだ。
最後の一人だ
Ah,
キャ
malas.
リアダウン
Just as long as you stand by me. So darling,
Darling, stand by me. Oh, stand.
by me. Oh, stand by me.
This thing slaps.
Stand by me. It's the sky that we look upon should tumble and fall, or the mountains
被災
should crumble to the sea. I will cry
Don't understand by me.
残り1名
He's in B main. Listen, this is
暇へいい人いない。Teşekkürler. Arigato. Teşekkürler. Arigato.
Tumang kanina. I think it's the same.
I see the crystal raindrops fall and the beauty of it all. I'm shining through
Just the two of us.
to make those rainbows in my mind. When I think of you sometime, I wanna spend some time with you. Just the two of us. We can make it if we
最
try.
後の1人だ A でキャリアダウン
Building castles in the sky.
Just the two of us.
You and I. We look for love, no time for tears. Wasted
ディ
water
フェンダーの勝利
and it don't make no flowers grow. Good things might come to those who wait, but not for those who wait too late. We gotta go for all we know. Just the two of us.
Am I? Okay. Am I listening to the original or something?
The average.
What the fuck? What the fuck is going on?
.対戦を確認
Spellbreak is gone. Aw, sad. That game was fun. No way. Oh, I should have played that more. This game is fun. Proletariat.
So on Tuesday, some kind of cruise missile hit a village in what I believe is called Widow, Poland. Unfortunately, there were 2 Polish casualties at a grain drying facility. The incident happened about 7 kilometers from the Polish-Ukrainian border. Supposedly, this is an image of the crater. If this is correct, that is a big crater, probably caused by a Russian cruise missile, at least something with as large as a 400-kilogram warhead. So let's take a look at some of the cruise missiles that Russia may have used in this strike. The first would be the Caliber cruise missile. This cruise missile can be ship-launched, air-launched, or submarine-launched, and that has a range of roughly 1,400 kilometers. Another type of air-launched cruise missile they might have used would be the KH-101. That has a range of 3,000 kilometers, so that could have been launched well inside of Russia. And both of these weapons have warheads that are in excess of 400 kilograms. Now, some analysts on Twitter have claimed that this was actually a Ukrainian S-300 air defense missile that maybe fell to Earth as it was trying to intercept a Russian cruise missile, or maybe Ukraine was just doing some kind of false flag attack. Now, here's why this is unlikely. Any S-300 available is going to be protecting Liev. Now, yes, Widow, Poland is about 70 kilometers north of Liev, but any kind of radar is going to be facing east because the threat to Liev is coming from Crimea, it's coming from Russia, it's coming from this area here.
Or Belarus.
This is where the missiles are going to come from. You don't launch a surface-to-air missile at a target in the east and have it end up 70 kilometers north. This isn't behind enemy lines. Missiles don't fly around in the air, turning around and making S-curves. Russia is entitled to their own propaganda and misinformation, but they're not entitled to their own physics. Now, it is absolutely 100% possible that a missile attack came from the north, from Belarus. Russia has fired
From Belarus. That's quite a ballsy ass move, not gonna lie.
敵残り1名。
ここだ A に位置を確認
Oh my. Nag-flank pa rin to.
Nice. どんな視線をも生き抜いてきた
missiles from Belarus before, and it's certain.
Oh my god, there's the people downstairs. Oh no. Oh no, fuck. Shit.
Go mid, go mid.
敵残り1名。
Pull back, pull back. Backside, backside. I heard him.
ここよ。最後の一人だ。
Uh-oh. No.
そうか。あなたの目を私たち。
Bow chicka wow wow.
It's possible that Ukraine had its radar pointed north and it tried to perform an interception going north, which would have meant that Ukraine intercepted a Russian missile over Poland. And if
Bow chicka wow wow. Wow, ano man?
ここよ。
One's low.
ここよ。
One's over there. I couldn't see it. Chibay. Oh.
A でキャリアダウン。
I didn't see him.
that's the case, like Ricky Ricardo, Russia, you got some splaining to do. So I don't think this S-300 interception or false flag theory is all that valid, mainly because it first showed up on Russian Telegram and on 2chan, and that's how Russia seeds disinformation. It puts it out on these minor channels first, and then it filters up through Twitter, where people who don't know anything about the military give it validity. Now, in the intelligence community, you always want to figure out what the bad guy wants to do. What is the end state? And then kind of work backwards from there, and you might get a reason as to why they're doing what they're doing. And here's what I think happened. What has Russia been going after a lot of recently? Power. They're going after power stations, right? They want to keep keys in the dark and in the cold. So let's take a look at power plants and power lines in the area. So there are 2 power plants in the area. They're fairly close to the border, and they're fairly close to Perswidow. So either one of these 2 power plants could have been a target. Now, I found a map of Poland's electrical grid, and as it just so happens, there is a line that connects Zamość in Poland to Dobrotwir in Ukraine. This line goes across countries. Now, I had a little bit of help with this, but it took me a couple of hours, and I was able to figure out the path of the transmission lines from the transmission towers. So you can trace that power line from Dobrotwir all the way up to the border, and right over the border you have your point of impact. Now, if we follow this transmission line all the way up and we don't turn left here, we eventually hit the point of impact. So here's what I think happened. I believe Putin is trying to target this one specific transmission tower that's on the border between Poland and Ukraine. And for some reason, the missile just missed this particular transmission tower, and it kept going until it fell into Poland. So what comes next? Look, I'm really good at finding transmission towers, not so good at geopolitics. I don't know Poland's next move, but I do know that Russia killed 2 innocent lives, 2 innocent Polish lives over this stupid, senseless war.
Ooh, that's... That is very disrespectful, man. You're not supposed to say thank you for that.
Merci.
Head right, and maybe stop what they're doing and leave Ukraine. In the words of Admiral Painter from The Hunt for Red October.
I'm gonna sneeze. Sorry. Oh, there's a thing now? It's gotta be backside. I mean, not backside. Flank. Knew it. That's quite annoying though, you know. During the firefight, there's gonna be some voice line for my ultimate's ready. No, that's gonna be annoying mid-fight or during the round. They should probably remove that, if you ask me. Tagal mag-deploy ng baril. ba?
A でキャリアダウン残り1名
Get out of control. It'll get out of control and we'll be lucky to live through it.
Thank you for watching. Nazdrovia.
最後の
Yo, 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 what up? It's me, MSI TV.
スパイク設置馬は死なせない吸い込め
クラッチ
死なないでよ新しい友達作るの面倒だから
ここだ。
進め
キャリアがやられた A でキャリアダウン
スパイクを確保
How is he alive?
最後の1人だ
Aw.
It's wall hacking.
時は過ぎていくでも
Fucking hacker, bro.
今この瞬間を生きてる
Wait, who?
The jet. Kinda sus.
大丈夫私たちは強い
ショックダーツだ。ドローン展開。
吸い込めキャリアが倒された
A でキャリアダウン
壁を展開
最後の1人だ
The fuck? Where is he?
ポンコツだな。
あと30秒
君の負けだ。
Fucking hacker, what?
ソナーで炙り出して。
I surrender, bro. Thank you.
ディフェンダーの勝利
スパイクを確保
the hell, dude? What the hell? They actually surrendered. Surrender, baby, surrender. Should I? If I'm playing in Tokyo server, I'm not gonna speak. Okay? Because my ping is much better than Hong Kong, which is the closest. Wait, no, SG is the closest. No, really? Which PH? Which one is closer, SG or HK? Okay. Singapore is much farther than Hong Kong, right? How am I getting 62 ping? Or 63 ping? Doesn't make any sense. Bullshit. Motherfucker. Motherfucker.
It brings me to tears regularly. It's mind-boggling because people come up to me, and this is happening wherever I go now, and they say they're very polite when they come and talk to me, you know, and they're always apologetic for interrupting, and so it's never narcissistic and it's never annoying. I'm really happy to see people, and they come up to me and they say, well, I know you've heard this lots of times before, but I've really been putting my life together since I've been watching your lectures. Then they tell me a story about where they were in some dark place, too much alcohol, too much drugs, not getting along with their father, not getting along with their mother, not having a vision for their life, being nihilistic, playing too many video games, you know, like being suicidal. That happened.
Yes, I'm in that phase right now.
There's a lot having post-traumatic stress disorder, sometimes as a consequence of combat, whatever little slice of hell they were occupying. They say, look, I've been listening to your lectures, and I've been developing a vision for my life, and I've been trying to take responsibility, and I've been trying to tell the truth, and things are way better. It brings me to tears regularly.
Hot mamas, please. Any hot mamas here?
Yeah, me.
That's a very deep ass voice for a mama.
Sorry, bruh.
B でキャリアダウン、最後の一人だ。
Some events in history. So it's 1971, and a Soviet mining team is working to extract some resources in Turkmenistan. Unfortunately for these miners, while they were drilling, their mining rig accidentally punched a hole.
He wants pictures, Jet. Send him. Let's get out of here. Let's go B or something. Oh.
Sorry. Hot mamas at 3, guys. Hot mamas.
I'm just gonna plant the bomb.
Yeah.
Oh no. Fuck.
Go kill at mamas. Oh.
The mama killed me.
Cypher, 敵の場所を教えて。そしたら私が行く。リロード中。リロード中。
Yo, Sage, what's your Vandal skin?
Ride to Chaos.
誰か買ってもらえますか？
Later, later. Nice skill, bro.
Daddy's got one.
Let's go in, guys. Let's go in.
That's what she said. Sorry.
Fuck! Someone shot smoke.
Yeah. One's in 3. 65.
Sorry, brass.
Sasabi na talaga ako. Expect ako magre-reload siya. Hindi pala. Tumulay, nag-pick pa siya. Burat.
B でキャリアダウン。中央に最後の一人だ。
What the hell was that, oh man? You're just having a hard time aiming that guy. You want the final skin or what?
Can I try?
Take care of her. She's my bae. Oh. 48 on Cypher. Napatay yung jet agad, no? Miss ko yung ulo. Kakatuwa sana yun. Watch this!
Nice kill, bruh. Nice kill, help mama. Catch this, catch this.
Oh.
Nice try.
Run out of ammo.
彼らの罪の重さを思い知らせてやりましょう。
リロード中、装備くれない？装備くれない？
What server is this? SG, right?
Hong Kong, Hong Kong.
Nah, my ping's not this low with Hong Kong. Wait, this is Hong Kong? Seriously?
Yeah.
Ding 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 ding. Fucking knew it. Mama.
逃げられないぞ。
Oh yeah, one's in aim. Behind you, Cypher, Cypher, behind you.
Nice try, bros. Nice try.
Should we surrender? Surrender, go on.
Do you believe in comeback, guys?
I don't.
装備くれない？ Thank you.
I do believe. Let's do this, guys.
I don't.
Let's push mid all together.
That's what she said.
Cause
fuck, sorry.
Cypher has traps there.
Let's go.
Where is everyone hiding? Nice. There's an up over here. One's the up. Holy shit.
Go use it, go use it.
I can't use this thing. Someone...
Tell us it, tell us it.
It has a radiant body. Oh, I see. You two are on the part. I see, I see.
Yeah, she's my girlfriend.
Sana all my G.
Push mid again, push mid again. Yeah, sana all. Fuck two.
I couldn't rest you.
Two at garden, two. The Harbor and Sage are at garden.
That's a bad one.
Nice kill, bro.
Oh no!
Oh my lord!
Nice try, nice try.
Bro, I was panicking.
Bruh. Do you believe in magic? You can kill yourself. I could dress you.
Aye, aye, aye.
I was expecting something else, like an answer like, seriously? Kill myself? Come on. One's in market. Oh, some Speedway. One more. In the young girl's heart, a Mexican.
More on.
Jesus. Where's that?
Nice try.
Rock and roll, magic. Da 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 da, da try. Just blow your mind. Believe in magic, I'm on the dream.
Jet 120 Jet.
Do you believe in magic? Do you set you free? Ah. Katunog niya yung ano. What? What do you want? One's in. Speedway.
Yeah.
Ang isip ko sa ulap, ngunit bakit pinili? Ayaw kong masaktan. Sinabi ko sa kanya na di pa rin ikaw ang tulad ko.
D?
I'm confused. Got missed ahead.
Match point.
Ay pwede pa umasa sa'yo. Pinili kung ayaw kung masaktan. Sinabi ko sa kanya na di pa rin. Na di pa rin din. Walang kwenta mag-record dito. Bakit pa wala ka na? Ako'y kulang. Ako'y kulang. Sinabi ko sa kanya na di pa rin. Naloko to sa kanta? Puta. Complete GoPro of a terrible recon mission. This a Russian submarine threat another Norwegian aircraft with map pads.
Did a Russian submarine threaten a Norwegian anti-submarine aircraft with man-portable air defenses? Now, a few people connected with me on Twitter and asked me if this video was real. I'm going to put the full video in the pinned comments and description below. Now to start, I'm kind of like Tom Clancy in reverse. I know a lot about anti-armor and some air warfare, but I tend to stay away from naval topics. So if I get anything wrong, please let me know in the comments, which I know you're going to do. But logic is still logic, and science is still science. So I've got that going for me, which is nice. So let me break this down for you. This Russian Bory-class ballistic missile submarine, Prince Vladimir, was on patrol in the Barents Sea with a media crew. They were on the surface when a Norwegian P-3 Orion, which is probably from the 333 SKV or Saints squadron, appeared and dropped a sonar buoy near the submarine. A sonar buoy is a disposable sonar sensor that planes or helicopters can drop, and this transmits sonar information to the air platform. If this was wartime, the plane can then detect the submarine and drop a torpedo. But in peacetime, sonar buoys could be used to build an electronic profile or an acoustic fingerprint of the submarine. Now, Russian media claimed that the submarine took action by activating a team that carried shoulder-fired anti-aircraft missiles, or man-pads, up to the sail of the submarine. Now, this is possible. What's interesting is that many navies have experimented with putting anti-aircraft missiles on submarines. Britain experimented by putting blowpipe man-pads on submarines, but you have to wonder if it's tactically viable. The whole point of a submarine is not to be spotted, so why carry extra stuff in a vehicle where space is already at a premium? It might make sense for a diesel-electric submarine like a Russian Kilo or a Lada class to carry these weapons. Some submarines like the Prince Vladimir are nuclear-powered. They can stay underwater for months at a time, making their own air and drinkable water. Diesel-electric submarines use a technology from World War II, where they use diesel engines on the surface to charge batteries that keep them moving underwater, kind of like an underwater Prius. It makes sense that diesel-electric submarines might have a man-pad system on board because they have to surface to charge their batteries. In fact, there's a picture of a Russian Federation sailor with a training unit on a Kilo-class diesel-electric submarine. Here's where things get weird. If you look at the video, the flagpole for the Russian Navy ensign is on the starboard or right side near the bow. By the way, this is an ensign, this is a jack. I don't know why the Navy needs two flags, but I'm sure it goes back to the 1700s and is really historical, and I'm sure someone's going to let me know in the comments. This flagpole matches where the Bory-class submarine should keep its ensign. In the picture with the man pads, the ensign suddenly moves. Now it's on the port or the left side. And this picture seems in line with what the Lotta-class submarine should have on its sail. Also note the flagpole cleat, the halyard or rope that lets the flag up and down, is wrapped around the cleat and tied differently in each picture. I think the footage from the Norwegian P3 Orion is real, but the news agency spliced in a different submarine when they wanted to show the manpads. This is kind of how Russian propaganda works. It counts on your ignorance about how military equipment is used in order to further a political agenda. Final things. Do you know the pilot of the Norwegian 333 Squadron P3 Orion that found this submarine? Let me know. I'll send him a Ryan Macbeth challenge coin for the good work he did finding this submarine. And by the way, if you like the t-shirt, they should be available at Bunker Branding today. I'll put the link in the description below when it goes live. Thank you for watching.
Muntik na. Buti niya naglag ang microphone. No, fuck. No way. Sira na ulit? Okay, no more. Shit. Tignan mo naglag. Takot naman eh.
Maturity is a
again, the things to look for in a failure. So as we get into this, here's a list of some of the most common or most important failures that we've encountered, with some of the rare ones in here too. This is what we're going to go through today, and our GPU testing at this point dates back probably over a decade. We have shelves of dozens and dozens of cards, and at some point we've seen one of these issues on the cards, and so that's why they're on the list. Common ones include things like cracked or bad thermal paste, which you're not going to see until you maybe test it thermally or open it up. You'll also see bad dust buildup or grime and thermal pads and the heatsink and fan, and even on the thermal pads, as long as you can see into the back plate, there's a good chance that you see any grime buildup before you buy the card. So that's something that's fixable and is one of the more common issues. You might also run into memory artifacting, GPU sag causing separation of the cooler, warping or bending of the PCB, particularly if it has had a water block or has one now. Uncommonly or rarely, you'll get the Space Invaders artifacting, GPU core frequency locking, like if there's a short circuit and it's going into safety mode, or if someone overly shorts the shunt resistors. You might have the GPU core stuck from a short from the 20-pin connector on the 20 series cards. There could also be blown MOSFETs, inductors, or caps, broken tamper seals, potentially indicating a bigger problem. Tamper seal itself doesn't matter. Missing screws, particularly in the I/O area where they often strip, and other general physical damage to the card. So that's what we're going to go through. So this one's got a couple of obvious problems, like the sawdust and the rust, and we'll talk more about that. Missing screws also, and those are three things you could look for. But the least common but most catastrophic type of failure is the one that you can't see before you buy the card. So there's a couple things to think about. When buying a used video card, there's obviously the human factors question. So human factors would be stuff that we're not really going to go into today, but it's probably the most important. It's your judge of their character. Does the person seem like they're legitimate, or like they're gonna disappear as soon as you buy it, delete their burner number if you bought it locally, and then the card's not gonna work. So there's judge of character, there's how legitimate or valid does the listing on eBay or wherever look, and then the pricing versus what you're getting, that consent. But that's all sort of social stuff, and we're not gonna talk about that. Hopefully you've got some skills there already. For the technical stuff, video card failures, if you're buying locally, like Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist, you're probably going to have a better chance of finding someone with a soul who is not going to completely gouge you if you meet them in person. Maybe they'll feel bad enough to sell you the card for a price that's reasonable, instead of selling you a GTX 1060 for the MSRP in 2016. But if you have to overpay for a card, at least doing it locally, you will be able to force the person into a scenario where you can test it, make sure it works before you buy it. And if you can test it, the reason that's important, we can show with this. This is an RTX 3080. It's still a new card, but it has a key problem, which is that this specific RTX 3080 fails in boot during or just before post when it's trying to initialize vBIOS. This is an issue that is not visible at all physically. You will not be able to see this issue on the card. There are no burn marks. There's nothing that looks wrong at all. As soon as you socket it, it won't turn on. We'll show that in a little bit and show you what that error looks like. This card has a different issue, but it's a very common failure. This one is a card that is artifacting, and it's actually pretty old. What was this? What was this thing? 560 Ti, I think. This looks like a 560 Ti. So this one's got an issue that we were going to use this card for the cleaning video that we did previously. We couldn't because it artifacts. So we'll show you what artifacting looks like. There's also the Space Invaders issue. The Space Invaders issue was a special type of artifacting that was related to the RTX 20 series, and we think it's memory. That was later resolved. There's another issue related to the 20 series as well, and we'll show some old footage of this happening. But with our Titan V and at least one other card, I want to say an RTX 2080 Ti, we had issues where the frequency was locked at 1300 or so megahertz. So like we showed in that set of videos, and we'll bring them back up again, the problem was the card looks like it's running fine, and it actually does boost into 3D clocks. Sort of. But it gets stuck at a low frequency, 500, 600 megahertz below where it should be. And the reasoning for that specific failure on the 20 series cards that use the 20-pin connector over on the right side of the PCB, this is a 1080 Ti, but it was on the right side of the PCB, and it was for the fans on the 20 series. It was part of the reference design and part of the FE design as well. And what it would do is, in installation, if they bridged two of the pins by crushing them when installing the header, it would force the card into a form of safety mode and lock the frequencies. This isn't something we discovered until much later. So that's another type of failure. And the way to look for these types of failures is basically to use some software. So let's do a couple demos. So here's what we're gonna do.
Fuck! Come on.
So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go through the highest priority or severity issues one by one and teach some stuff that might be basic to some of you. But first thing, if you can test the card either in person or maybe you purchased it on eBay, you have some form of seller or buyer protection rather, and with buyer protection you might have a day or two you can run some validation tests and then choose to send it back if it's not working. If at some point you can get the card in a system within a window where you can return it. The basic things that I would do to validate it works. You need to look at the clock behavior, the temperature to some extent. You can fix that a little bit though. And just overall make sure the card is running as you would expect. There are times it can run, but there might be issues later down the line. So first thing, GPU-Z is free software, highly recommend it. It's on Tech Power Up, and Wizard, the developer of it, does great work. So GPU clock is the thing you want to look at. We're not running anything with normal. This number will be in the maybe 100 to 300 range if it's stuck in 2D clocks because of someone overzealously shorting chunks or something. But otherwise, this is normal on desktop. The other numbers you'll look at will be eventually GPU temperature. Not a whole lot of point looking at them right now in idle, but under load they'll become important. And then what we're going to do is use some software. So in this case, I'm going to run just a benchmark application. We'll use superposition, but you could use your favorite game or something too, as long as it's sufficiently demanding and it's not just two-dimensional rendering. Okay, so with some 3D application running in the background, this one's particularly stressful. The goal is going to be looking at the frequency. Hard to read here, but we'll look at GPU-Z in a moment. And we can show some of our frequency over time plots in the past as well. But either way, frequency is over 1900 megahertz here. Look into the particular card you're buying. It will change generation to generation. There's no wide net we can cast. Sometimes you're looking at 2400 megahertz for sort of the peak range. Sometimes you're looking at maybe 1400. So either way, look up the card specifically, or the GPU specifically you buy, and make sure the frequency is somewhere in the range that it should be. Memory is going to be fixed on basically everything. Temperature here, I wouldn't really use superposition readout, but it's going to be the same thing as what GPU-Z is reading. And you're going to make sure utilization is something high as well, otherwise you're judging the frequency on the wrong scenario. So let's close this application. All we really cared about was the frequency number, and if GPU-Z was open in the background, you can save to a log file as well. But you can see we were in the 1900s the whole time, so this card is doing well and behaving as it should. The temperature, if you wanted to look at it, so a lot of people will spot check temperature. Never do this as a reviewer. As a consumer, if you're going to spot check temperature, at least let the thing run for about 20 minutes first for it to hit steady state. We were just demoing quickly, but generally speaking, the temperature is going to change card to card. It's going to change based on the age and everything else, and it's contingent on how much power it's pulling. But there are certain safeties, and once you're above 90C on like non-new Radeon cards, then maybe it's time to take the thing apart and repaste it. But if it's not absolutely throttling, which would be indicated by the way in GPZ, then you're mostly fine. And perf cap reason would tell you that, so it'll say therm, where it says power right now, it would say THERM if it's thermally throttling. And that's true for memory throttling as well on cards that support that readout. So that shows the really super basics of the software.
Let's play Apex. This game just pissed me off. Oh my god. Let's play some Apex. 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 Epic. So good. La 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 la.
I don't know. If you love someone, you simultaneously love and accept their fragility. And that means that in some way you actually think it's justifiable. That's what I thought about my son. It's like, no, I think he's fine just the way he is. Like 3 years old, got his problems, you know, certainly gets hurt a fair bit and is probably going to get hurt more, but I'm not trading him in. I like him just the way he is. And so it's a realization of the soul that there's something about the fragility of human life that's actually valuable. And it is the limitation. That's the thing that's so cool about it, is that it's this limitation that we are. We're potential conjoined with limitation in some sense. Think, well, we want to get rid of the limitation, but it's not the case. We have to keep the limitation because it's integral to who we are. And so we're in this situation where we have to be limited, and we have to accept it, and we have to confront what's essentially an infinite potential to help us manage it.
What the fuck?
Hey yo, what up? It's your boy. You know, as someone who was born in a Japanese household, just naturally I learned to kind of believe in a lot of kind of Buddhist and more specifically Shintoist beliefs. You know, things like reincarnation and, you know, taking care of oneself and stuff like that. But I think one element that I greatly believe in wholeheartedly is the idea of karma, being that if you do something good, then good things will happen to you, and if you do something bad, then terrible things may happen to you. And it is something that I feel a lot of Japanese people believe in just naturally, coming from, you know, the kind of Shintoist traditions that a lot of Japanese culture is built around. I like to think that especially karma hits hard for people who do bad things, whether it's something bad happens to them in their next life or happens to them in the same life. And for one horrible person, it seems that it happened almost immediately. Because this Vice article right here from a while back is a perfect example of instant karma compilation. And when I say instant karma compilation, I'm talking straight up instant. It says here, a man suspected of stabbing a mother and daughter was fatally hit by an oncoming train just 20 minutes later. 20 minutes! The man was believed to be fleeing after attacking the 37-year-old mother and her 15-year-old daughter in their home in the southern prefecture of Fukuoka on Saturday. He was struck by a train at a station just 600 meters away from the crime scene. If that isn't the most instant karma compilation, I don't know what is. Officials identified the man as a 17-year-old student from Tokyo. His DNA matched with samples found in the woman's home. According to the police, the young man broke into their house and attacked them when the woman returned home. Neighbors found the woman covered in blood but conscious. The daughter told police that she met the attacker through a social media app, and when she stopped contacting him, he was able to track her location using the app's GPS feature, which is absolutely fucking terrifying. And again, it's the fact that this kid was 17 years old, met this daughter through the social media app, God knows what it was, and then did this horrible crime, and then got instantly punished for it. Some higher being was looking down from the heavens and was like, hey yo, this kid, he's doing some whack shit. He's doing some horrible shit. We should fucking strike down a lightning of judgment right this instance, and dying in the most horrible, horrific ways. One question I want to ask though, right, is you know, it's fairly difficult to get hit by a train in Japan. Since, you know, there are so many trains in Japan, and there are a lot of, you know, train crossings in Japan as well. I would say they do a pretty good job of making sure that getting hit by a train casualties is down to a bare minimum, you know, close to, if not at, zero. You know, if you're on the streets and you see a train crossing, those motherfuckers come down like minutes before the train actually arrives. And you can usually, for the most part, if you're standing near a train crossing anywhere in Japan, you can see and hear a train coming from quite a while away. So unless you're really not paying attention, it is fairly difficult to not get hit by a large train. Did he have his AirPods on and he just wasn't listening and seeing? I don't know what the fuck it was. Let's just say this guy got what he deserved. But here is where the story kind of takes like a bit of a dark twist, and it's something that I definitely want to explore a little bit more in this video. According to police data, a growing number of criminals in Japan are finding their victims through social media, prompting officials to increase public messaging to reduce such crime. Since 2012, the number of minors abused by strangers who contacted them through social media nearly doubled to more than 2,000 in 2019, the highest on record before the COVID-19 pandemic skewed police figures. Sakura Tanaka, a 19-year-old resident of the Fukuoka prefecture, said that she'd recently downloaded a dating app in the hopes of meeting someone, but have now decided not to set up a profile. You just never know who you're meeting. I can't believe he was killed by a train though. It's a weird twist of fate, which is, yeah, that's definitely the correct words to use for this particular story. But yes, as this Vice article has mentioned, a lot of Japanese people have been using these like social media sites. And by social media sites and dating sites, it's probably, you know, things like Tinder and, you know, other Japan-specific dating apps and websites, because there is actually a ton of dating websites in Japan, because again, Japan, especially Japanese youths, have this problem of, you know, meeting people, especially during the pandemic when, you know, there was this whole paranoia about the coronavirus spreading and people not being able to see each other and people being stuck inside and being lonely and sad and wanting a partner there to comfort them during the hard time. But as the classic movie Catfished has taught us from a very long time ago, you can't trust everyone on the internet, and especially that is the case in Japan as well, with a lot of young girls and guys using these social media apps to meet people and to socialize and to get into romantic and sexual relations with each other, which is, you know, don't get me wrong, it's a great thing. I met my significant other through social media and on YouTube as well, and I'm sure a lot of couples out there, especially around our age and younger, are slowly starting to do that. It's becoming more and more of a trend. No longer is You Got Mail something that is like part of a fictional world. You know, it is actually true. You can meet people online. But at the same time, these kids really need to be careful about how much information they do share on the internet and how much personal information they share on the internet, because at the end of the day, how much personal information they share could really come back to bite them in the ass, as it happened with this daughter and their mother. I mean, look, let's just say this daughter and mother were probably the luckiest because of the fact that they both survived the attack, first and foremost, but also the culprit got exactly what he deserved and a whole lot more in a funny twist of fate. But I think it really is kind of detrimental, stories like this, to the Japanese youths of today, in seeing just what can happen if they do in fact just try to be a little TMI on the big wide world web. So let's just say I'm glad that the girl and the mother were safe and they're recovering and they didn't get killed or anything. Thank God for that. And also fuck that 17-year-old kid. He got exactly what he deserved. Instant karma compilation. Fuck him. And let this be a lesson to anyone who is ever thinking to do anything similar to this. Don't do it if you don't want to be hit by a train. But I do also believe that it is the responsibility of the parents as well, and the responsibility of older generations and, you know, people like us who are on social media and who have been on social media for the longest time to kind of teach the youths, you know, sometimes you don't have to share everything on the internet. Sometimes you can keep it to yourself. Sometimes you can just keep it to your close friends and your family. You know, not everyone on Twitter needs to know what time of the day you took a shit and how heavy that shit was. And if you are meeting people online, you know, through these dating apps, through these social media websites, again, please, please, please be careful, especially if you are underage as well, because trust me, there are a lot of fucking creeps on the internet who are trying to take advantage of that shit, and no one wants to see that. So yeah, I know this kind of turned into like a weird little PSA type of thing of, you know, don't share too much information on the internet or anything, but I do think it is an important sentiment, as cliche as it is of a sentiment, to share and remind people, you know, because again, with just how much now social media has been integrated into the youths of today, it is something that I feel a lot of youths tend to kind of forget and tend to, you know, to turn a blind eye to, in terms of how much information is too much information to share. But yeah, instant karma compilation. Kid got what he deserved. I hope that train hit him super fucking hard to the point where he didn't even feel it. Sorry if you were on that train and you witnessed this horrible accident, but you know, now that you know the backstory of it, maybe you're like, oh, you know what? You know, maybe it was okay. But for everybody else who is especially visiting Japan, please be careful of the trains, okay? I don't want to see any innocent people getting hit by a train. But yeah, that was just a little news article that I wanted to share for today. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to smack my face right there to subscribe to the channel. Let's keep making big channel number go bigger. Over here next to my head, a couple more videos you can check out if you enjoyed this one. Links to all my social media and everything is down in the description below as always. And I will see you all in the next one. Peace.
What the fuck? Oh shit, ay meron na pala. Oo, tamas. Baka yaro. Atashi no yo. Ano ba? Watashi no, watashi no. Okay, let's go. I'm done. Ano na sa ano? Uy, double tap. Let's see. Bob. Okay. Hoshima. Oh, it's beautiful. Tangina layo, huwag na, di ko punta yan. Fuck you. This map is very colorful. Too many colors, man. You're gonna ask me. Way too much color. I couldn't see it. You know, I have pretty bad eyes right now. Zario. Arigato, baby. Arigato, baby. Ayun, nalala ko na ito sa Destiny, yung ano, yung parang robot shit. Wait, yung Warzone 2.0 ba? Ano na? Mamaya, check ko. Live na ba ang Warzone 2.0? Down pa monitor para makita ko yung shot. Well, doesn't matter. No one's even in chat right now. Fuck me. Oh, gago. Kainin mo. Parang hina ng wingman ngayon. 3 hits na. Tagal ah. I have a cold again. So annoying. Lobo's ass. Look at that cake. Just kidding. Top 10 na pala. I see him. I need that. Bumaba ng FPS ko dito. Kailangan tagal na bagang video card. Annoying. $71 na lang. Kainin mo. Wala lasa. Ano na lang siya? Hindi na yung ano. Headshot 71. $71 na lang. That sucks. Labot ka. Pasa pa. Okay, there we go. Na-fall ako. Yep, na-fall. Masama na-fall. Masama mo fall. Close, close, close. Fuck this shit. Meron tayong katabi. Kailangan dito magtipid ka ng bala kasi almost hindi, walang loot. Ito yung kanina eh. Tawin. Aray. Teka lang. Aray. Pwede. Tao rin, no? Tao ba yan? Golden. Napatay yun, no? Bad trip. Oh, I killed one. Nice. Little Tiger 2. Top 7. Plus 4 lang? The fuck? I couldn't see anything. Shit. I want it. You guys gonna take it? Cause I will. Oh my. Oh my. I'm gonna take these before. Oh, wala pa ng bala to. Never mind. Wala pa ng bala yan. Top 6, 16 points lang. Come on. The fuck? Mas mahirap na inopin na. Mas mahirap ngayon ah. Oh, Mr. Roba. Mr. Bombastic. Mr. Fantastic. Oh, he's got a Kraber. Oh. Can I have that? No, I think he's not gonna give it to me. Yeah, I wanna use the Kraber. I haven't used that thing in a while. I think the last time I used that, I have flunked everything. I need your... Give me your shields. Arigato. I need some shields. Let's see. Oh, skull piercer. Thank you. Ayun nyo. Golden shield. Ay, golden backpack. Saan? Naka-cover trap. It's just one dude. What a waste of shot. Oh fuck. No. Wala akong stock. Need. You have the Kraber, come on, shoot him. They have to come down. Very close. Sila yung kanina. Lame. Miss me. That was a nice throw. You can see his feet. ka. GG. Haha, easy. Buti nakatago dun yung ano. Buti nag-smoke dun yung ano. Yung ano nila. Bangalore nila. Kundi walang patay sana dun yung ano. Yung loba. I'm glad. Taka 2-4 yung damage ko. Easy lah. Oh, yes, sabagay. This is silver, right? It's not supposed to be that hard. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be. It's way too far for gold, so. Living at home after a break-in. Okay, let's see. What time is it? 1.5 hours. Alright, I'm gonna end for a while. Hang on. I mean, AFK for a while.